Hey, One Wrong World Entertainment, and of course, right around the corner, literally, isn't it, next week, Captain America Brave New World comes out. And one thing that we know is in here, and yet they haven't really addressed and spoken about until now, is the Celestial coming out of the Earth. That is in the trailer, but there never seems to be any reference to it in any of the trailers or clips or anything. Well, now the director has come out and is actually speaking about the Celestial that is stuck in the middle of the ocean, and saying that it actually is going to lead to Adamantium being added into the MCU, and that this is probably going to lead to Project X and Wolverine. Yeah, except there's already Wolverine in it. Not the movie, but in the MCU now officially. So, okay. But we'll have a look at this. So, in Eternals, the Celestial Tiamut began emerging from the Earth, but was stopped by the titular superhero team when they decided to save the planet they'd spent a millennia watching over, and did absolutely nothing to help. Well, while some of the Eternals were taken from Earth by Erisham for their role in Tiamut's demise, the rest set off to search for their missing friends. The movie wasn't a critical or commercial hit, and there's currently no indication we'll see their story continue in the MCU. That's because Kevin Feige himself said, yeah, it didn't make money, it was a failure, we're not moving forward with more of that. However, Tiamut Island will return in Captain America Brave New World, where we'll learn the Celestial's remains are the source for Adamantium on the sacred timeline. Talking to Screen Rant, filmmaker Julius Onah addressed the difference between Adamantium and Vibranium, confirming the plan is for it to one day be part of Project X and the creation of Wolverine. So here's what he said, and it's a lot that he says here, but let's take a look. So he says, Adamantium is much more durable. Adamantium is not like Vibranium, which can absorb kinetic energy. Adamantium, as we know, will eventually be part of Project X. It will eventually be a part of the story of Wolverine. So Adamantium now becomes this resource that can change the world in a way that's very different, because Vibranium is something that is really under the purview of the Wakandans. This is why it becomes an amazing geopolitical football in our film. Isn't that exciting? It's got to be about geological politics. Yay! But also, what's so great about the MCU is it's an opportunity to take things that are iconic from publishing and find a way to reimagine them for this universe in a way that could be really exciting. And because we haven't had mutants in the past, because we haven't had Adamantium, it became such a fun way to surprise audiences with a new sort of a version of what it could be. Oh, I guess spoiler, I suppose. And I'm still just pinching myself that I get to have the movie that introduces Red Hulk, that introduces Adamantium, that introduces Serpent Society, which you've cut from the movie. You've even spoke why that was cut. Okay? It is fun for me as a geek, and I think it's going to be a blast for all audiences when they go see this movie.
You serious?
Yeah. So it says, in the post-Avengers Secret Wars MCU, it's widely believed they're getting a minor reset, which will make it so that the X-Men are already established, removing the need for an origin story. And then it just kind of waffles on a bit. So they're saying, oh, after Secret Wars, they're gonna like do this soft reboot of the entire MCU, but they're already gonna have the X-Men in there, and they're already gonna be well established and stuff. Makes no sense, really. But okay. This is their new thing to do now all the time is, oh, we're introducing these characters that we haven't used before, but we're not giving you an origin story. Much like Fantastic Four, except you see their origin story in the trailer, so stop saying you're not seeing their origin when you're probably going to see some of their origin. Especially if this clown is out there now saying, oh, we're finally introducing Adamantium, and this will lead to Project X. Oh, will it? So therefore, this is leading to the origin of basically Wolverine. So how, again, can they keep saying, you're not getting an origin? You're literally showing us the origin. It's so strange, the way they go on with this type of crap. I love as well how he says vibranium is, it's under the purview of Wakandans. You mean the ethno state that won't share anything and won't help the world? Yeah. Even the so advanced and sophisticated Wakandans, except all you have to do is walk out of the city and, oh look, they're still living in huts. Yeah, that Wakandan. Oh yeah, aren't they such great? Are you going to mention in the movie that they're not willing to share vibranium with the world around, but they're allowed to go and do whatever they want whenever they want, which they showed us and told us. So it's interesting that they're finally mentioning this celestial. Problem is, it sounds like they're using it to be part of a political story, which really isn't what people want. And again, him saying, I get to introduce the Serpent Society. I don't understand how he's saying that when he has also clarified that all the Serpent Society stuff, which included Seth Rollins, has been cut from the movie. Well, the question is, which version of the movie was it cut from? God only knows. But it's so strange to be like, oh, I get to introduce Red Hulk, that's in the movie for all of 5 minutes. I get to introduce Adamantium, which probably won't end up being anything much in the movie. And the Serpent Society, which apparently you've cut from the movie. Either way, we'll find out exactly what the hell this thing is next week, and what the reaction is to it. Of course, all the critics will come out and will be praising this thing, saying, oh my god, Marvel is back, oh, best Captain America movie ever, yada yada yada. Even though we know inside of Disney they're yeah, this movie sucks. They actually don't like it inside of Marvel themselves. But let the shills and the media say what they want and try and praise this thing, even though we know the people that worked on it and around it and are in the company are yeah, it sucks. That's going to be funny. But there you go. Apparently this movie may lead to Wolverine. Again, makes no sense because he's already now in the MCU. And Project X. Yippee, I suppose. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.